This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 2365, Living in the Miracle. Jane Nightbirde Marczewski by Allison Carmen of AllisonCarmen.com. And I'm Justin Malik, your personal narrator. We're going to get right to it and start optimizing your life. Living in the Miracle. Jane Nightbirde Marczewski by Allison Carmen of AllisonCarmen.com. Jane Nightbirde Marczewski passed away a few weeks ago. Many knew her as a breakout star from the America's Got Talent series who auditioned for season 16 of AGT last summer. She performed an original song, It's Okay, and impressed the judges with her beautiful voice and wisdom. Unfortunately, Nightbirde had to drop out of competition due to her long battle with cancer, but continued to inspire many of us with her music, grace, hopefulness, and insight. A few months before her death, she posted this on Instagram, quote, "In the past 20 months, my most vibrant hopes and deepest fears have been poured onto the same canvas. I stare into the chaos of it. My ears are ringing. The universe offered herself to me, then cut off my hands. I think about the dreams my heart has carried since I was little, dreams of singing to the whole world at once, writing words that sink so deep they don't need to be remembered, being a truth teller, a hope holder, a strength sharer. Wait, am I in the dream? It's not how I wanted it, but this is the dream. I'm in it. It's happening now. I thought it'd be sparklier than this. I didn't imagine standing before the world with so many bruises. I didn't imagine that in my shining moment I'd be suffering in front of an audience. I've always expected miracles. I thought the miracle would be that I could skip to the end, spared of pain. I thought the miracle would make me scar-free, brand new. I did get a miracle, just not the one I wanted. I get to look for light and find it. I get to see how much love can endure. I get to walk the journey with thousands of people like me who can't stop hoping no matter how hard we try. If we only take the miracles that taste sweet, I don't think we'll ever taste one. If we wait until we have the perfect song, I don't think we'll ever sing. Don't miss it. It's now. We are in the miracle. We are in the dream." End quote. It seems for Nightbirde, her dream of singing to the world and touching people so profoundly was coming true. And at the time she wrote this, she was very sick and in pain while going through treatment. She was experiencing her miracle and her dream, but it came in a way that she never expected. If she was not careful, the pain could mute the glory of her reaching and inspiring so many. Although very different than mine and many of yours, Nightbirde's situation did make me reflect on my own life. It made me think of the days I get lost in the pain of my husband leaving me over 3 years ago. And her post reminded me that even with my pain, I am still experiencing miracles. I am living my dream. My 2 daughters are out in the world doing well. I have 2 books published, a podcast, a great part-time CFO job at the Motherhood Center of New York, a Women's Day hospital. Yet, as I am in the dream, I often don't see it because it didn't come the way I thought it would. In a way, my mindset can be that I'm still waiting for it, still waiting for the pain of my husband leaving me to go away, still waiting for life to look in a way that I dreamt it would be. But that's not how my miracle tastes. My miracle tastes sweet, and my miracle tastes bitter. Nightbirde's post made me stop and ask myself, what am I waiting for? What is it going to take for me to appreciate all that is? I write about this today because I have a feeling a lot of you hearing this article are living in your miracle. Maybe many of you have always wanted to be in your current profession or achieved a lifelong dream of owning a business. Perhaps you wanted to go to college and get a job to support yourself. Or maybe you wanted to get married and have kids. I bet there are many things in your life that you dreamed of or wanted that have come true. But because many of these things come with stress, worry, hurdles, and problems, we forget that we are in so many ways in our dream. We forget that a part of us is experiencing the miracle of what we dreamed of our entire lives. Because it may not look the way we thought, our mind keeps going into the future, hoping for the day that everything will work out the way we imagined, so we can finally enjoy our lives and the fruits of our labor. But Nightbirde is showing us all, quote, what are we waiting for to taste the miracles of our lives, end quote. So if you're feeling dissatisfaction with parts of your life right now because life is not exactly how you thought it was going to be, consider asking yourself, are the pains and the problems distracting you to such a point that you can't taste the present moment? Write down all the things you have achieved in your life. Write down the dreams you had as a child or teenager or young adult or even last year for friendships, relationships, jobs, education, hobbies, whatever is meaningful to you. And yes, there will be things you haven't gotten to yet, but I bet there'll be things you have done. Try to look at all the things you wanted to do and see what you have completed, even if they were messy, even if they're not exactly the way you want them to be. Try to see the miracle. Try to celebrate what you have accomplished. And as you sit in that place, perhaps you'll be inspired to achieve even more, or at least to be so grateful for this life you have created. I think Nightbirde would love us all to remember that our dreams come with bumps and bruises and things we didn't expect, but they also come with blessings, joy, and expansion in those moments where we can feel the miracle of being alive. So try to recognize what you have achieved. Remember who you are, and from that place of remembering, keep dreaming, keep trying, and keep hoping. Maybe we will all find, quote, it's now. We are in the miracle. We are in the dream, end quote. Rest in peace, Jane Nightbirde Marczewski. You just listened to the post titled Living in the Miracle, Jane Nightbirde Marczewski by Allison Carmen of AllisonCarmen.com. Are you constantly finding yourself with 50 tabs open a day, hopping between tools just to do your job? Well, Notion is the most customizable tool that helps teams organize information, manage projects, and get more work done together, all in one place. More than 70% of teams that use Notion stopped using 2 or more tools because they didn't need them anymore. That's what it's like here for us at the Optimal Living Daily team. We started using Notion to collaborate and organize information, and it saved us a ton of time. For companies of all sizes, Notion provides one central and customizable workspace that can be tailored to fit any team and bring all teams together to get more done and move faster. Notion is an all-in-one team collaboration tool that combines note-taking, document sharing, wikis, project management, and much more into one space that's simple, powerful, and beautifully designed. You'll have everything you need in one spot so you can make speed your advantage. Learn more and get started for free at notion.com/optimalliving. That's notion.com/optimalliving to help you take the first step toward an organized, happier team today. Thank you to Allison for this one, super inspirational and something we touch on here and there on this podcast, but I always appreciate the reminder. This goes back to the common theme of life and goals not being about the destination, but the journey. We're always achieving something new as we grow every day. But when we do reach those goals or achievements, it's so easy to look for the next one because, as you heard in this article, it doesn't end up like we thought. Or in other words, our expectations sort of cloud the moment. And while it's really difficult to not have expectations, noticing that things are constantly changing and almost certainly won't go as expected can help us be more accepting of our circumstances. This one also reminds me of how we'll see rich and famous actors talk about how fame and money didn't make them happier. And we often say, well, easy for you to say, you have all of that. But it really is true, and most people who have reached that milestone, that certain amount of fame or money, generally come to that conclusion because with that fame or with that money comes all sorts of new issues or problems, things to work through. Now, would they trade it all to go back to where they were before? Unlikely, but still, it's nowhere near perfect, and their average day is probably just as happy or sad as the average person's, because everything becomes normalized. That's why it's so important to celebrate the wins, but also enjoy the moment. Because if we're always chasing the next big thing and never stopping to appreciate what we have now, well, we'll always want more and never appreciate where we are and how far we've come. So something to think about this week. Have a great day and night, and I'll be back tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.